Yo guys, Codelife here. So in today's video, I'm going to be listing 10 things that I'd like to see added to Fortnite when Season 10 does start. All of my suggestions today will be relative to the competitive side of Fortnite, more than just Fortnite itself. However, there are still some things that will benefit the entire game and not just the competitive side of Fortnite. I'll start off with the least important changes I'd like to see first, then I'll finish with the most important changes I'd like to see at the end. If you guys agree with me on any of these suggestions, then be sure to drop a like on the video. As who knows guys, that if this video does get enough likes and actually reaches Epic in some way, they actually might implement some of the suggestions from this video, so every like does help. Starting off with number 10, hold to crouch option. Right now, currently in Fortnite, the only way to crouch is by toggle crouching. So how this works is, if you press the crouch button, your character then crouches, and then to uncrouch, you need to press the button again. What I'd really love to see is an option for us to disable that. So when I do crouch, I'm just holding the crouch button down, and when I want to uncrouch, I just release the button. Sort of similar to how the toggle targeting mode works. When you aim in, for example, you can either click to aim in, then unclick to aim out, or you can hold down the mouse button to aim in, and when you want to stop aiming in, you just release the mouse button and it stops it. This option could be simply implemented in a way where it's just toggle crouch with an on or off option. It would be great as it gives every player a choice to turn it on or off. Next, we've got number 9, loadout pre-selection. The loadout pre-selection is something which I could see being useful to so many players, as we all have different loadout preferences that match up to our keybinds. Like all of you guys watching this video right now probably have different preferences, and like if you guys watch my pro player settings videos for example, you'll notice that every pro player has a different sort of layout that matches their keybinds, and if this could be an option for us to select which weapons go in each slot automatically when we pick the weapons up, I think this would just be fantastic and very useful. Now how I could see this working is just an option in the game settings where we can drag in weapon tiles that'll make it so when we do pick up these weapons in game, it'll go into the slot we selected. I know most of you guys are probably thinking that this is like a really lazy suggestion, but you gotta think that Epic Games did add the sprint by default option, which I think is the equivalent to laziness in an option. So honestly, I could see Epic Games actually adding this. Next is number 8. Disable pre-edits. Messing up our edits and creating one of those pre-edits is something that I think we're all guilty of. Now imagine if there was an option where we could just disable these completely, as literally the only time I've used pre-edits is in creative mode when I was like building a house and you can do like roofs easier. So I myself don't find them very useful in game. If you guys do though, let me know why and how they are useful, because literally I never use them. If anything, they usually end up getting me killed. Next is number 7, add more servers. So as you guys know already, the lower ping you have, the more of an advantage you have in terms of connection. We actually seen this become quite a big thing when the Fortnite World Cup was on, where there was players that literally moved location in order to get that 0 ping advantage. This 0 ping advantage allowed them to get other players' walls that were on like 30 ping with ease. I'm not suggesting that Fortnite needs to add servers like everywhere so we all get 0 ping, but what I do suggest is that if Fortnite could add some more servers, may it be servers around the world or servers that are closer to their main servers, I just think it'd be amazing if we all could get like better ping all together. I do realize as well that this probably won't happen, as Epic Games is a company that wants to make money, and obviously servers do cost money, so they'll probably just keep the servers that they've got that match the player base, which I do understand. It just would be nice to see Epic add more servers to the game. I know they probably won't, but Epic Games really should have enough money to do it, and I get the whole business thing, but it would really be nice overall. Next up is number 6, building and editing sense for PC. Building and editing sensitivities for PC is something I personally really want myself, as I'm currently playing on a low sense. My X is on 0.100 and my Y is on 0.100, as well as my mouse DPI, which is on 400. A building sense for me and other low sense players would be so beneficial, as right now if we want to build quite fast we need to move our mouse fast, like if you look at Mongrel for example when he's building. However though, if a building sense was implemented, this would allow us to be able to build quickly while keeping that low sensitivity for our aiming, so none of our aim would be affected and it would just improve our building speed, which I would honestly love. For the edit sense, I'd really like to see this also implemented, as I think it would really help me out in those close quarter edits where sometimes you mess something up and accidentally make a door. I think having a high edit sense would allow you just to drag the tiles so quick and just not make any mistakes. Next is number 5, crosshair changer. A crosshair changer is something I've wanted in Fortnite since the very beginning. I would love it to work similar to how CSGO works with their crosshair changer, where you're able to customize the crosshair shape, color, and size. The current crosshairs in Fortnite aren't that great. Like, for example, the shotgun crosshair. I personally don't find the outer crosshairs useful because I already know the spread. I only find the dot in the middle really useful. So I'd really like to be able to customize the crosshair to be able to remove those 4 outer crosshairs and just keep the dot in the middle. And also, if we could color or even change the size of the dot, that would be fantastic. Any sort of customization for the crosshair and I'll be happy. Next is number 4, HUD extras. For the heads of display extras, I'd like an extra HUD area to be able to see how many campfires, jump pads and traps I have. Now I know you can see this already by simply checking your inventory or clicking on the trap slot, for example, and just scrolling through to see your campfires and jump pads. But in my opinion personally, I think having those items displayed on the HUD would be beneficial, because I think it's so much more useful to be able to see those items on your HUD instead of having to check your inventory. Even if this is an option to be turned on or off, because obviously I know some people might not like this as it adds clutter to the HUD, but some people I think will like this, including myself. Next is number 3, HUD customization. Heads-up display customization is also something I'd really love to see implemented in Fortnite. Now I know right now we have got an option, which is the HUD scale option, that allows us to customize the HUD slightly, but that's only making it bigger or smaller. What I really want to see implemented is a HUD modifier where we can literally select an element, say it be the minimap, and move that element from the top right to the bottom left, for example. Like, it doesn't just have to be the minimap, it can be like any element on the screen, be it the health bar, the compass, the chat messages. Like, if we just had the freedom to move those wherever we're like, I think that would be great. Also, another thing that would be pretty cool as well is if we could change the color, say it be our health bar, the compass, or the chat messages. Like, say if we could make any of these like bright yellow, just to make things stand out a bit more. I just think it'd be really cool. These changes might sound pretty pointless, but I think a lot of people would appreciate the customization, and I think honestly it's something Epic Games should consider adding. Next up is number 2, hold to edit. The hold to edit option has been a very popular suggestion on the Fortnite competitive Reddit for a while now, and it's actually something we've seen players implement for themselves in creative mode. I'll play a clip on screen right now of a user called Jerry Is Real using macros to demonstrate how good this option would be. Now I don't recommend you guys do this, by the way. I think Jerry was just doing this as a sort of demonstration of how it would work, so I'll play that on screen right now.
Okay, following my tweets and replies, and now I'm gonna have to go through all this.
As you guys just seen there, a hold to edit option where we could just press our edit key, then drag the tiles would just make editing so much smoother than it currently is. And it's honestly something I'd really like to see added, as it just looks so smooth. Next up, we've got our final number 1, an FOV slider or resolution changer. This is at the very top of the list, as it's something I really want to see myself, and I'm sure a lot of you guys do as well. May it be a Fortnite FOV slider where we can manually slide through different FOV options. Say it starts at 80, the default FOV, and slides all the way up to 120 FOV. That itself would just be amazing if this was implemented. Or if not an FOV slider, even an in-game resolution changer would also do the job. This would mean that we could actually change our Fortnite resolution from in-game, instead of having to go into the Fortnite files and Nvidia control panel to change it. If you guys played a while back when the old stretch was in the game, you would have remembered how good it actually was. It made our games run smoother so we could actually get more FPS, and it also increased our FOV, making it so we could see more around us. All in all, if Fortnite did add an FOV slider or an in-game resolution changer, it would just be so good. And I'm pretty sure that this is at the top of the list of not just my list, but a lot of people in the community. And yeah guys, that concludes my list. Let me know in the comments below what you guys would like to see added to Fortnite for Season 10. If you guys agree with any of my suggestions, be sure to drop a like on the video. And if you guys don't, I don't mind. If you disagree, that's fine, but be sure to let me know why in the comments below. And also guys, if you'd like to support my channel, you can do this easily by using Codelife in the Fortnite item shop when purchasing skins. It really does help out the channel guys, so I appreciate everyone that's used my code so far. And yeah, I hope to see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace.